Well, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you happen to be. It is good to be back in the shop with you today. I'm Doug. This is Wood Spun Round, and we're going to work on a vase today. You see right here a piece of poplar. Um, I know it's poplar because it came out of my backyard, out of a poplar tree. Has a typical dead knot in it. They always turn black for whatever reason. I'll tell you more about that in just a minute. Let me bring my helpers in and show you. We got Mark Beckett, Ruby Claire, Wayne Glasper. Glad to have all
Good
you guys
evening.
with us. These guys will be
Good
keeping me
evening.
straight and sharing with me the chat and all those kinds of things. So I'll put you guys back in the background, and you'll be hearing those voices as we go along throughout the day.
Those
I'm gonna,
dulcet tones.
yes, whoever that might
Soft,
be.
smooth voice.
All right. Going to put this in and get it ready to go. And one of those fine folks are going to read out our list of who's in the chat today.
Oh,
I,
that'll be
I,
Mark. He was in first.
I, I dare say it'll be me, yeah. Right, so, as I've been volunteered, we've got Door 60, uh, Where's All the Wood Butcher, Chris from Bailey Woodworks, Paul Finley, uh, going down the list, Lewis the Klondike Grassman, Andy the Valley Wood Turner, Rob from Clinksport Abrasives. Thank you very much for the hat, Rob. Uh, we've got Shane Hurst, Roger Woolen, Fred Gilliver, Todd Glen from Clove Woodworks, Old Man River Woodturner, Norman Greenwell, and going down the list, Susie the Swiss Woodturner. Hello, Susie.
See?
And Ward Wilson, Malcolm Douglas, James Crawford, Roger Kent, yeah, and Lucy Bundy Rowe,
Lucy.
Little. And I believe I'm at the bottom of the list now.
Grand.
Welcome
Did you
along.
did you get Old Man River? Did you get Dill?
Yes, I said Old Man River, I
All
think.
right. Okay. Sorry.
Very good. Glad to have everybody along today.
Yeah. And Andy the Valley Wood Turner's just come in.
All right, Andy. Hi.
No, he was there to begin with. He
All
was there
right.
before
Sorry.
Lucy. And that's all right, don't you never listen to me anyway.
Hi, Andy.
Sorry. Who was that?
Well, shut up. It's the hat, see? Because I've got the hat on, you can't hear me now.
I wish.
Oh, thanks, Ruby. Cheers. Paul Houghton's in. Hello, Paul.
Hi, Paul.
And Barry Chitty.
Evening, Barry.
So good to have all of you with us today. I'm going to measure up. This is going to be for the Kingsland Woodturners Challenge.
Into
Steve
Lynn.
posted it, and it's a vase. I'm going to use a just the classic um, taper vase. They can go upside down either way, but the dimensions are 3 inches diameter, 6 inches in length, and so I'm just marking 6 inches here from what I've already created as the bottom. Put a little starting part there. I'm going to extend that in just a little further.
Chris
So we're
Walters is
six.
in.
Hey, Chris.
Hi, Chris.
Been been watching Chris a bit. He's wood turner coming up. Does mostly pins and kind of fun to watch him turn. Y'all give him a chance. Take a look every once in a while. Just
He's
marking there
Is
at
he
the
on
made,
top of
YouTube?
my 6 inches. Yes, he's on YouTube.
he's
Oh,
made a couple of nice balls lately.
Yes, he has.
Rob is singing. chicken in the chat. And you check him out, people.
All right, just making my parting cut for my top of my 6 inches, so I know where my height is now. I can waste away some of this wood. In fact, I'm gonna get my spindle roughing gouge, my little one.
He says, Chris says he's starting to do bowls now. He loves turning bowls, and he's getting a new lathe, by the way.
What lathe are you getting, Chris?
Yeah, what are you getting, Chris? Now, hang on here, Doug. Doug,
I'm sorry.
I don't. Doug, hold on a sec. I don't think that spindle roughing gouge is big enough.
I know I need to get a bigger one.
I have a
You,
3-inch if you want to borrow it.
Doug, are you compensating?
I got this when my only lathe was a mini lathe.
Go on, man. I bet you. That's funny.
I forget what I said this was. It's 2 inches at least. It's right on 2 inch. I always thought it was 2 1/4, but it's 2 inch.
The 2-inch spindle roughing gouge.
Yeah.
Blimey.
Well, I had a job to do once where the piece was 20 inches in diameter and 7 feet long.
My word.
And it was a spindle. And at that time, I bought the 3-inch one just for doing that job, and it's been a handy tool.
I bet.
It took 4 of us 12 hours to turn that piece.
Mm.
It was a trunnion jig for a bridge. Rob wants to know if that is just half a scaffold full sharpened up. Sounds good to me.
I actually got that 2 incher. There was a discussion. Um, people were having at that moment. People were having a lot of trouble with tools catching, and so there was this discussion about getting a spindle roughing gouge and then sharpen it upside down. When the guy that was pushing it was saying you can never get a catch with it, and it makes a lot of sense because that curve would then be going down instead of up. So that was my intention on getting when I got it. Took forever to find it. I bought it secondhand off of Evil Bay, I think it was.
Wouldn't that be just like a European SRG then, wouldn't it? Don't know.
I think you'd get more catches sharpened the other way.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I was about to say I can't understand that.
Yeah,
I'm having trouble fishing in that one.
I
Yeah.
didn't. I did not. I never did it. I never sharpened it that way. So I don't know. I don't care anymore. Um, if I find one super cheap sometime, a smaller one, I may give it a try just to see.
If you have it sharpened correctly and you have your tool rest at the correct height, you shouldn't have a problem with catches.
You're
Oh, no,
exactly right.
I don't remember ever having to catch with a spindle roughing gouge.
No, I think it's one of the easiest tools to use.
Oh, Jane's just said I'm going a bit senile though.
Well, she's probably right.
Oh, cheers, Mark.
I'm agreeing with.
Todd said that they use the spindle roughing gouge for making log homes. I can see that.
I did a demo on Friday, and the second piece I turned completely with spindle roughing gouge, just to show its versatility.
Oh, Brian's just come in. Evening, Brian.
Hey, Brian.
Hi, Brian.
Brian,
I like the finished piece from last night, Brian.
That was nice.
I've even
Wow.
sharpened on one of my spindle roughing gouges. I even sharpened one side of the flute to use it as a parting tool.
Yeah, if you keep a straight edge, it works very well.
Or no, it's oh, Colwyn's turning. She's doing spindle turning with Colwyn, and we're trying to sort out me going to Axminster to do a session with her turning a box.
There we go.
Need to be confirmed.
Douglas Mungham has joined us. Good evening,
Oh, hey,
Douglas.
Douglas.
Hey, Douglas.
Hi, Douglas.
If you need any pointers on the box turning, Mark, give us a shout.
Yeah, I was going to either ask you or Jason.
Chan, he left us out totally, Doug. Did you notice that?
Yeah, I know. I know.
Yeah, well, your boxes are way, way too complicated for me, Ruby. I can't even figure out how you hold them. I don't know how you turn them.
Well, when we get a break, I'll show you one box that'll really blow your mind.
Oh, it's not that round one, is it?
The round one with the box inside the
Yeah,
sphere.
yeah. The secret box, yeah.
No,
Seen it.
no, this is a different one. It's a sphere, and the box was turned inside the sphere.
Show it off now, woman.
She has a way of doing that. So I'll switch back over. Have you got it handy there, Ruby?
Yes, I do.
I thought that was very sexist, to tell you the truth. Showing off.
I thought it was too. Okay, here's the sphere, and inside is the box.
Oh, that's
my
magic.
goodness.
It's even got a pop fit. Just shut up. That's just so. That's Ruby, that's beyond showing off. Stop it.
That's something else. Beautiful.
It's it
I
inside.
just have to make a base for it.
Yeah.
Just making a little divot in the center for the drill bit. Just going to make a beginning hole.
That's a good idea.
Wivvy's just come in. Good evening.
Hi,
And he had
Hey,
to use-
Wibby.
Well, Ronnie, how you doing, buddy? Thank you for turning up
386.
on Friday, by the way. And heckling.
Heckling.
Oh, I'm glad somebody was there to heckle you and make you feel welcome.
Oh yeah, Beep was there too.
And I know
Douglas,
Pete heckled.
I couldn't separate Pete and Wivey. They stood together.
You mean they're very similar?
Well, you know, they encouraged each other.
Oh dear.
Oh, it's funny you're using one of those. I made one of those today.
Tell you what, this is a handy tool for this kind of thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
Originally
definitely.
bought it. I was turning some lamps, some small lamps, and of course they say you got to have a lamp bit with a handle. I'll get it over here so you can see a handle. And that's a bought one, but it's easily enough made. These bits are available. Just have to look around for them. A lot of times they're called aircraft bits.
Yes.
Let's see. I can go ahead and turn that. I was going to sand before I turn, but I think we can go ahead and turn it before we sand it.
Rob?
Look, I think I put you onto some long drill bits, didn't I, Mark?
Yes, I bought them. They're downstairs. But they're only 3 mil. The ones I bought.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah.
Mark, Rob said that he was there too, along with Pete and Wivey.
Yeah, but Rob didn't stay. Thanks for the support, Rob. Yeah. Rob left before the demo even started.
Well, you have to give Doug and I more advance notice so that we can get there in time.
Oh yeah, you'd need a few hours flying.
Yeah, it takes too long to swim.
Last Friday in April is the next one.
The most recent news about submarines, I'm not getting in one of those to come over either.
What was on? Must have missed that.
The man and his son that went down, it was the boys. Turned out it was the boy's birthday present.
They
Somewhere in
were
the North
going down
Atlantic.
to see, yeah, they were
Oh
going
yeah,
down to see the Titanic.
Yeah.
that's right. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a while back.
That was unfortunate. Now, which easy wood are you using for that?
It's the number
That
one
looks like
hollower.
yeah, it looks like the CL3,
Yes. CI5.
CL5.
Yeah, number one hollower.
That's the mid-size.
Yes. I don't know if y'all can tell. That's shavings. Nah. Those
There.
shavings are about as green as they can be. That's just typical of poplar here in the United States, anyway.
I find it's a very nice wood to do spare spindles from if they're going to be painted.
Yeah, yeah.
I find it a little bit on the soft side, but it does take a cut very well.
It depends on where the wood grows, whether they're soft or not.
Right. Okay.
I've got two in my yard. One is behind the house, and it's fine. Got one on the side of my house between myself and my neighbor, and it's a monster of a poplar tree that I'd love to have it down just for the safety issue. And I think my neighbor probably would too. He's not going to say anything though because it's on my property. So
Well, next time a tornado comes by, I'll send it your way instead of going around.
as long as it
Now,
doesn't come on the house.
I've
Okay,
just
I'll put
noticed.
that order in.
I've just noticed Roy's the boy has just come in, and also Rex. And Rex has said,
Boys.
"Hi all, hi all. Great to see you wood turning. Did my second treatment today. Seeing and listening and learning really makes my day awesome." I've got to apologise to Rex because I did say this month I was going to be doing a few extra lives as he was getting his treatment, but I haven't actually managed to do that. I hope the treatment's going well, Rex.
Yeah, it's time for me, Rex.
Yeah, I hope it all goes very well, Rex. We'll be thinking of you.
Talking about Rex having
Yeah.
treatments.
Yeah.
Yeah, Roy.
Yeah, we're definitely thinking about you, Rex. When I'm hollowing this with this tool, I can barely hear anything going on. It's
That's okay, because neither can we.
we're getting closer.
Now, it doesn't look like this piece has a lot of grain changes in it, does it?
It does not.
So are you
That's why I'm
going
going to color it.
color it?
Yeah, I'm going to color it.
According to my YouTube, you've got 43 watching at the moment, Doug.
43. Thank you all. I appreciate every one of you. Was just looking at some numbers earlier today. I'm been kind of stuck for a little while at 36, trying to reach 1,000. And but every time we go live, you guys share it out, and it helps. I get a few more new folks.
That's good.
And Rex has come back and said, thanks to all. Treatment's delayed due to the hurricane. Oh, that's right. There's a hurricane arriving, isn't there?
Yeah.
It resumes on Thursday. Thanks again for all your thoughts and wishes. Does anyone want a blown down tree? Lol.
Right.
Florida will be the place at the end of the week.
Yeah.
Actually, our entire city, everywhere you drive, there are huge trees down all over the place from that last storm. Unfortunately, I don't need any more wood.
Yeah. I think Rob got hit pretty bad by that last one, didn't he, Ruby?
Yes, well, he got a lot of flooding. The river that's behind his place came up higher than it's ever come up before, and his boys were able to kayak around the house. So that shows you how bad it was. Unfortunately, I think he lost a couple of his beehives as well.
Yeah, I think he's lost at least one queen from one of the hives. And yeah, I think he said, I think about 20 of his koi went down the
Well,
river.
yeah, what happened was the water came up to the height of his pond, and the koi just swam out and into the river.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Ouch.
And he had some really big koi that were like 30 years old. So,
That's no
Still,
good.
still
well,
about a half an
somebody's
inch.
going to be surprised looking in the river to see them there.
Lucy
tell
is
you what I'm gonna
asking
do.
Rex whereabouts he is. Lucy, Rex is in Florida.
I'm going to grab another tool here that
I had a student come up from Florida the other day. He comes up twice a year to take lessons.
Chisky's just come in. Good evening, Chisky.
Hi, Kisky.
Hi, Chisky.
Oh, that's not the one I want.
So Rex is in Moffat Hospital in Tampa.
Okay. Well, I thought I was going to grab another tool.
Tampa's a nice area.
Yeah. Want the Great Buccaneers.
Actually, I was thinking more of the golf courses around that area.
Yeah. Golf courses anywhere in Florida are pretty nice usually.
Yes.
Golf courses, Ruby. Is there anything you don't do?
Oh yeah, don't play with golf.
If there is,
She's a shark.
I'm working on it.
Ruby's a bloody shark at golf. She plays the first couple of holes like, oh, I don't really know if I could do this. Should we play for $10 a hole?
Mark, don't give away all my secrets.
I'll play a golf, woman. I used to play off scratch.
Rob, I've already jumped out of an airplane. He was
You
asking
see,
about.
I couldn't never see the point in that. I really couldn't. What is the point in jumping out of a perfectly serviceable airplane?
I'm
Well,
with you.
it's to experience the flying.
No, it's not flying though. It's plummeting. There's no, there's no
Well,
flying involved.
speak,
I've done
speak,
it. It's
speak for
plummeting.
yourself, Mark. When you're as wide as I am, you have some buoyancy.
I wasn't wide when I did it before.
Oh, I've also scuba dived down to 250 feet.
Yeah, but you used to do that as a job anyway.
Well, at that time I was doing it as a job, yes. It's really neat the different creatures that you can see underwater.
All right, I think I'm as low as I'm going to go.
Exactly, Lucy.
Oh, it could go a little deeper. I'm almost to the bottom of my hole. Problem is, I'm right at the length of the suggested length of cut or depth of
Yeah,
cut, I guess.
but Chris and Doug say that you go past that anyway.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, I went well past it on my on the number one hollow, but I'm getting an awful lot of vibration.
Rex, the wood is poplar.
Part of the issue is I'm hitting that knot down in there at the very bottom.
Yeah.
Sorry, Rob. The only time I come close to walking on the moon is at Halloween when I have to park my broom.
All right, park your broom.
At Halloween, that's the cheapest way to get around.
Well, sure. Just taking some light cuts there to get some of the lumps and bumps out, make it a little more smooth,
Now,
so I
are you
don't have
going
to
to
come back
use
and
a
sand.
gauge and check your wall thickness?
I did.
Now, Dale
I
has
know what you're
said
saying.
the 186 between Horseheads and Elmira was closed both ways yesterday by flooding. They had just over 2.5 inches of rain in only a couple of hours.
Yeah, I think we had something like over 5 inches uh, within a short time.
Yeah, Dale, I believe, is in certainly New York State. I'm not very certain whereabouts in New York State he's from.
Yeah, we had a few days there where we had a lot of very heavy rains and severe thunderstorms came whipping through. And they just said on the news that there were actually tornadoes in with them. There was,
Rob has said, okay, another bad choice. Give me a minute to think of something. Right, one of the things you can think of, Rob, is me actually doing some turning live with Ruby. And if she is planning on coming across to the UK next year, certainly she does tend to meet up with Mark and Pete. So I may well, if I find out what the dates are, I may well have a trip down to see Mark.
well, that or I just might stop in up your way. How's
Oh
that?
no, my workshop's too untidy, Ruby. You wouldn't like my workshop.
If you
Oh no,
think
wait, we'll bring her up to you. We'll
your
bring her up
yours
to.
can't be
She,
anywhere as bad as mine is right at the moment.
she's coming to you, Wayne. We want to see Ruby turning on a VB. And
All
the
right,
VB's
okay.
taller than she is.
Well, there is such a thing as platforms, you know.
No, it's just be too funny. Ruby stood next to a VB.
It'd be almost like when I was turning with Pete and using his lathe, and it was 9.5 inches too high for me.
That was quite comical, actually.
No,
Depends on-
I think the better plan, to tell you the truth, I think it really would be better if I made the trip down. Then I can meet up, hopefully with Pete. Haven't seen Pete for a couple of years, and you and Mark as well, because I've never been to Mark's workshop.
It'd be more than
March has
stay here,
changed
buddy.
a lot since I was last there.
It changes weekly.
Well, tell you the truth, by the time next year comes, he may well be in a new one.
I might be. Shush. Yeah, you'd be welcome to stay here, though, by the way.
Oh, cheers, man.
Stay at Kim's. I've got Harrogate to get out of the way yet. Pete's going to be at Harrogate, by the way, Wayne.
Yeah, but well, I have met Pete. I met Pete at Maker Central last year.
That's right. Yeah, you did.
He's
Jennifer's
a
in.
very, very nice fellow.
Hello, Jennifer.
Hi, Jen.
Jennifer.
I like the shape you've got going there, Doug.
We talked about that shit before you came in, Ruby.
Thank you, Ruby.
Believe it or not.
Yeah,
Mark loves to turn this shape.
we do now. Rob from Clintsports just said he's at the Royal Cornwall next year. How are you? Do you need a demonstrator? It's down the road from me, buddy.
Well, maybe he'll invite all four of us.
Lucy will be July, and it's at Wadebridge. The Royal Showground, Wadebridge.
Rob says it's all metalworking.
Right, Rex has
Oh,
said, Wayne, instead of buying me a coffee, do a buy a Ruby and Mark to visit you and Pete. Maybe I donate to laugh to see the videos.
yeah.
Right, it would definitely be easier for me to go down and see them three down there, because Pete is not very far from Mark anyway.
He's a couple hours, isn't he, Mark?
Yeah, well, that's not
Yeah,
too far.
2 hours.
Okay.
Lucy, the Royal Cornwall show is usually a Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. It's one of the biggest agricultural shows in the country.
Well, maybe you guys could come over here and meet up with me at our Toronto Wood Show in October.
I would absolutely love to do that, Ruby, if I could afford it, because I'd love to go across and meet you in your workshop, and also Rob as well.
Oh, wait a minute. Are you tall, Mark or Wayne?
I'm 5'10". Mark's taller than me.
Well, I
6
know
foot.
Mark's a giant, yes. Well, my shop is in the basement and it's got a low ceiling, but I do have a hard hat for tall people.
I can't do October because I'm in Italy in October.
Ah, Rob is saying they have lots of animal shows and displays of horse riding, parachuting, fun fair. Sounds like it'd be fun.
Every
Just
agricultural
in.
show I've been to has been fun. They are really good. Doesn't matter where you are.
Yeah.
Just hand sanding the very top of this vase so it's nice and smooth at the top section, just as far as my fingers will reach. I'm not going Not even trying to go down inside of it. I am reversing with each grit.
You only need to sand as far as you can stick your fingers in anyway.
Yeah. Well, I'm not even going all the way in, Mark. Just as while I can still hold on to the paper.
Yeah.
So I'm only going like 2.5 inches.
Now, Mark, if Stuart saw you doing that, he'd have you putting it on the end of a stick and putting the stick in.
Yeah.
Stuart
Oh,
would.
sure, sure. Going all the
I
way
spoke to
in.
him. I spoke to him the other day, Ruby.
Oh, finally.
Yeah, I finally remember. Well, he finally answered the phone.
All right.
Well, I
Let's
told
get.
him we were trying to reach him.
He's going to send me a couple of those files.
Good.
Put a little makeup on this vase. Gonna start off with black. If I can get it open, there it goes.
Well, actually, Mark, if you're going to Italy, you could pick some up while you're there.
It depends on what part of Italy. Yeah. But yes, so good.
Well, apparently they won't ship to Great Britain, and that's why I had to order them for him, and then I shipped them to him.
Yeah. Dorado. Dorado files.
Now you'll have to do a live showing how you use them.
I've ever get my podcast system fixed or not. Apparently, it's getting it.
What brand of paint are you using, Doug?
This is intrinsic colors.
Okay.
The intrinsic color is black.
I just realized my airbrush is not working properly. It's not cutting off. As soon as I drop it in, it's pouring out.
Yeah, I can see that.
Which is okay, I guess. I can. There we go.
Yeah, periodically you do have to clean them out with a solvent and take
Yeah.
a very
Well,
Yeah,
small
it,
brush
it,
and
it,
clean them.
it actually looks like the needle's stuck open.
it is.
So yeah, it does need a clean.
Pull the needle out and clean it all the way off. Now,
Mm-hmm.
Douglas has made a good comment, Mark. You can pick up some olive wood while you're in Italy.
Oh, that's a fact.
That's true. I do actually have a friend in Greece who sends me olive wood. So,
Hang
Mm.
on, I haven't heard about that before.
yeah, well, don't tell him everything. I keep some secrets.
Nice thing about using the airbrush is that dye is pretty close to dry, but just to make sure, we're going to put a little hot air on it.
Now,
Rob's got a
Rob
good
has
name. Yeah, go on. Go on.
yeah, Rob has said, put your finger over the end, and it'll blow back and clear it.
Yeah, if your nozzle is clogged, that works beautifully.
Yeah, doesn't help if it's the needle that's all congested.
Yeah,
What you
it's.
can do is unscrew the nozzle at the front, and you can clean it out and
Mm-hmm.
and clear off the front end of the needle, and
Yeah,
then screw it back on, and that usually will do the job.
yeah. She's talking
Ian
about that
Leach is
nozzle
in.
right there.
Yeah, that one. Yeah. Ian
Yeah.
Leach has just come in. I'm sorry if
Hi,
you've just
Ian.
said
Ian,
that, Mark.
that's right.
Hi, Ian.
All right, we got the black on. Let's do a little sanding.
Yes, Rob, I used to do a lot of painting with airbrushes as well.
I had to
All
strip
right.
and rebuild one of my airbrushes the other day. Man alive, was that fiddly.
Oh,
It
it is definitely
it
getting it
really
back together.
Yeah, there's got to be an easier way. Well,
Well,
there
you
is. Just buy another airbrush.
clean them right after you use them. Usually, it works best.
Yeah, no.
that makes too much sense, Ruby. Come on. It's like
Oh,
reading the instructions.
she's so sensible.
Rex wants to know what airbrush I'd recommend for a beginner. Today, Rex, there are so many out on the market that my best advice to you would be to take a course in using an airbrush. And usually, if the course is well run and properly run, they'll show you how to take it apart and clean it, and as well as use it.
I've looked in there's Sealy airbrushes. They're pretty good.
See, I only use airbrushes for like what Doug's just done there for broad covering. I don't actually use an airbrush for painting as such.
Yeah,
I, I, I,
for doing something like that, a Pache airbrush would work very well as well. You can pick up some very inexpensive ones. If you want to do more artwork type brushes, you're probably looking at an Iwata, and they tend to be quite pricey. But you can also use different size needles in them to
yeah, that's it. Yeah,
control how wide the line is that comes out of them. A lot of people have been using the ones that they use for nail painting.
exactly. They have, yes.
This one I'm using is for makeup.
All basically the same line.
Yes, yes. Very inexpensive. Basically a disposable unit, compressor and all. All right, that looks fairly okay. It looks like a mess right now, but we're going to change that.
Well, it did make the grain more pronounced.
It really did.
Now,
Ah,
what color do you have here?
this is the forest green.
That's the dark green.
Yeah, the darker of the bunch.
I think the pear green is too yellow. Be
It
green.
is, Mark. You're right.
Don't get me wrong, I
Tell you,
like it. I'm not slagging it off, but I just think it's too pale.
I have used it, done the black and then the pear, then sand the pear back, and then put this
Yeah.
forest green on it, and it gives it some nice depth. I just wanted more of a I'm using the black simply to highlight the grain, give me something to start with, and then put this green on. Oh, see if I can get a little of that off my hand before it dries too much.
Now, Ward has made a good point. If you're enjoying this live, by all means, smash that like button.
Please.
Yeah, because we've got 48 watching now. We've only got 17 thumbs up.
Gives 31 of you an opportunity to smash that thumbs button. I've had, I, I've had 3 ciders. It took me a minute to work that out.
I was
Yeah,
going to say, it took you
I
a
don't.
minute to do that there, Mark.
It did. It's been a long weekend.
I
Yeah.
don't know if Ward was in earlier, but he's certainly in now.
He was.
Yes, he was.
All right. Now,
Thanks,
let's
Fred.
do this.
Now, is this a sealer?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Sometimes called conversation starter.
Yeah, we have trouble coming up with things to talk about. You know.
Yeah, we haven't talked about anything unusual tonight.
Oh no, of course not.
We
Ruby on
did
the
that
moon,
before you went live.
Ruby skydiving. Mm.
Turn this down a little
Hey,
further. Turn it on.
I did a lot of different things when I was younger, Mark. When I was more your age.
Yeah, I did a lot of. Oops, bless you. I did a lot of things when I was younger too. Rex is asking, how do you protect the chook as you paint or seal? Do you cover with
Um,
WD-40 or paper?
Rex,
Does,
I don't tend to.
Rex, does that chook look like it's been protected? Mm.
If I could, let's see. If I switch to the end view, you might be able to see. Do do do. See that blue? That's supposed to be
Yeah.
gray.
Mm.
That was from my very first um, water droplet bowl,
Yeah.
and it's much grayer than it was then. I had it covered,
There's
but
a lovely
now
black splodge, on my lathe on the headstock.
Oh, oh, oh! I don't think that was very nice. Woodwork Learner's just come in. He said, "Hi all, Doug, Ward, Lucy, Mark, Ruby, Wayne, in brackets, never was young. Cheers, man."
That's harsh. It's true, but harsh.
oh me, there we go.
Sorry, Wayne. Wayne, you can get your own back on him when he's at Harrogate.
One year I'd like to
James
go to
just
the
said it was
Harrogate
harsh
Club.
as well.
Mm.
All right, we're going to
Sorry,
put a
Ruby, I
little.
missed what you said there.
I said one year I'd like to come over for Harrogate.
You should. It's a good one. 3 days of 3 days of a little bit of wood turning and 3 evenings of lots of drinking.
And Jennifer's just said, Wayne is the youngest one here. Cheers, Jennifer. I love
Oh,
you.
thanks, Jennifer. Get back on the Baileys, you.
I think Rob's come in. Has Rob Copperell just come in, or has he been new whale?
I don't remember you
Uh,
seeing him before. Hi,
no, I think
Rob.
he must have just come in. Hello, Rob.
And Andy, I think it is, Woodwork Learner. Wayne, you were young a millennium ago and will continue into eternity. Cheers, man. Now
Hey,
that's
that's
nice.
great. Now, is this more sealer?
This is the Rust-Oleum 2X
Okay. Yep.
clear gloss.
Clear
I don't know
gloss
where I just
lacquer.
touched that. And it is, I'm surprised, it's soaking in pretty quickly.
Yeah, you can tell it's drying in places, so soaking into the softer grain very quick.
Right.
Yeah,
If
don't put
that's
too right, Doug. Don't put too much on. Just let the
Right.
pieces dry that are going to dry.
Yep. Yep. I was done right as you started to say that. Just putting this on low, it's low heat as well as low air.
Jennifer,
Now I'm getting lots of compliments. That's what I like.
You've got to go to Harrogate, darling.
Oh dear.
I'm sure Jennifer was there last year. I'm sure she was.
She says she's not sure she's going this year.
Oh right, yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
There it is. Jennifer, you got to go. I've got to make him jealous. All the hooks. Jealous. Jealous.
Yeah, same here, deal.
Me too. We're just highly experienced, right, Wayne?
That's it.
Well, I used to be somebody. Yeah, it was Deal said I was young once, many more years than I care to admit. Yeah, I used to be young and foolish, and now I'm just old and worse.
But being on our trip last week, I realized I've been married for 2/3 of my year of my life. It's been a while.
Um,
Yeah.
tell you the truth, Doug, so have I nearly.
Yeah, I'm actually a little further than 2/3 of my life.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Well,
I
I'm 69, and we've been married coming up in October 43 years.
Yeah, well, we just celebrated 43.
thanks, Lucy, but I'm older than all three of them.
You didn't have to admit that.
Douglas
Yeah,
Mung
I've
said
I've
Win.
earned that
Cheers.
years.
Yeah, Douglas Mung has said Win was young when the Earth was born. Cheers, Douglas. Alex the Wood Butcher was Alex Wurzel the Wood Butcher. All these shows seem miles away from me, and he can only leave his mother alone for a few hours at a time, so he can't get to any. That's a real shame. That is, Alex.
Yes, it is. Well, that's like
So, Rob,
when I want to go away, I have to find a home to put my husband in for the time period I'm gone.
Right now, Ian Leach. Ian Leach has said, I'm sure this is about Harrogate. We will hopefully be there this year. Might be if they let us park the motorhome on site. Now I know, Ian, on this, I know just about all of the people who attend the show as demonstrators and everything like that. They all park on site.
yeah.
It's free parking there. Now, as whether you can park the motorhome on site or not is a different matter, but I'm sure they'll be pretty lenient.
I'm sure they do. Um, Rob from Klingsport says he's posted something he's airbrushed on Facebook. I've just put the link in the chat so people can go and look
Grand?
at it.
Wayne, you said you were going to be on Saturday. Do you have your link yet?
No, I haven't done my link yet. I'll probably get it done tomorrow or Thursday. I'm planning
All right.
on doing what I'm planning on doing is a side grain bowl using the hook tool.
All right.
We'll get you. See? Off.
I have yet to watch some more videos before I give it a go,
It's,
but that's what I'm
and
planning on doing.
That's the plan. Okay.
Right, Rex
we,
is
we,
asking Doug, how effective is your dust collection pipe? A friend is putting one in for me and asked if a straight pipe like yours is the best.
Um, it does okay as long as it's about as close as this is, and it's what maybe 2 inches away. Um, any further from that, it really doesn't. It collects, but not as good as it ought to. I'm thinking of turning a trumpet bell to come out of it.
Yeah, a wide mouth.
Um, yeah, um, that is what that's supposed to do is to actually it keeps the air coming in instead of having this turbulence right around the outside. And so I'm going to try it. It may not work, but I'm going to give it a try. It's something I'll turn, so it won't cost me anything really, other than
Yeah.
the time to do it. All right.
Fred Gilliver, his anniversary is next week, 52 years.
All right, Fred.
Happy anniversary.
Andy has said for Mark, Mark's not that old. He just had a very hard youth.
so,
Yeah, tell you the truth, Andy, you probably don't know how true that is.
so she's, it's
Lucy
your
said,
fault.
Lucy has said she thought I was only about 60. Well, I am really.
Oh my! I wish that would show. Well, let me put it on close up. Maybe you can see it better. That looks so much nicer. The second top zoom. That's what we want.
There we go.
That second coat looks a
Douglas
lot better.
Douglas has just had their 45th anniversary on the 26th of this month. Chisky has said there's nothing wrong with being old. It beats the alternative.
It's a fact.
Yeah, Dale said my body reminds me all the time that I will be 68 in November. Lewis has said, for you, Doug, is there a table saw in your shop?
Yes, there is. There is a table saw. You'd be hard pressed to find it. It's covered up, but
But it's
That
there.
that sounds familiar.
yeah, I've got a.
Rob said it'll be easy to spot us. This is obviously Harrogate. All the people from Klingspor, they will be wearing official Klingspor demonstrator polo shirts.
No, they won't.
Well, I will.
We haven't sorted
And a
that out
hat.
yet. Shush. You might have a hat. You might have a hat. We might be recognised by our hats. There might only be a couple of us wearing polo shirts.
Yeah, Graham Hain has said that they've just celebrated their 50th.
Tremendous.
Right. I think Mark put a link in for Rob's work on Facebook, and there's a few people here can't. It's not coming up on the link.
It might be because they're not friends with Rob.
Just a little bit more.
And Alex, Wurzel Alex, the wood butcher, said, "Glad I finally get to collect my pension in a month's time. Might be able to buy some more tools." No, Alex. No, the UK pension you won't.
Oh, after after next month, my countdown for applying for mine is coming up.
Andy has said it looks great. That's for the piece you turned tonight. Lucy has said she's going to keep quiet about her age. But there's just over 16 years between her and Andy. Roger Kent just had their 50th anniversary on the 17th of August. And Dale has said about the table saw, I bet it's used as a workbench, like his is.
I've got two work tables, my table saw, a radial arm saw, and a chop saw, and every one of them are covered up. If I have to do some flat work, it takes me about half an hour to get everything rearranged.
Doug, can you let Mark back in? He's pressed a button he shouldn't have done.
Let Mark back in. I bet I can do that. Keep your fingers off the buttons.
Sorry.
That's all
Try to
right.
sort Rob's link out.
Right, you can pop us back in the background, Doug.
Maybe.
And Rob has said, trust me, he's got all the shirts on order. Lucy said to Rob, you need to set the picture so anybody can see it, not just your friends.
And just for you, Rob, I posted on Facebook 2 pictures of some of my airbrushing.
Yeah, and Rob has now made it public, so everybody should be able to see it. And Wivy has said, this is a reply to Lucy. So, you're 16 older than Andy. 16 years older than Andy, then.
That's dangerous.
So Andy's only 50 and Lucy's 66.
Rex is asking, what grade of sandpaper would you normally use between coats of clear to get a glossy shine? I'd be going fairly high, 400, 600, something like that.
Yeah,
Just take the top
four,
off.
Yeah, that's.
four,
Yep.
600 better probably.
I'd probably go 600, put another coat on, go to 800, put another coat on, and build it up that way.
Or even
Been
a
using the
microfine
yeah.
abrasive paste. And
Yeah,
I will
I've
like Yorkshire Grit microfine or True Grit ultrafine
right. Alex has
because
said,
do the same thing.
yeah, I would do exactly the same thing. Alex has said, me and the missus would have been celebrating 45 years together, but we split up for 20 years before getting back together. That was a long time out, Alex.
Thank you,
Uh,
Rob, for the compliment.
what did I give them?
I will go and have a look at them after the live's finished.
turn that
I'd have
speed
been
down.
I'd have been married for 30 years this year when we first was.
Oh,
Lucy,
Pete's
if
just
you
come in. Evening, Pete.
I'll do it now, Lucy.
well, Lucy, if you just go to Facebook and in the search up top, put my full name, it should come up.
There now.
Hey, Pete's
Sorry.
joined us. Good morning, Pete.
Hey, Pete. There you go, Lucy.
Pete, I don't know if you heard or not, but yesterday or Monday, about the time Paul said bye, StreamYard fixed whatever that issue was. I was not able to get in to help earworm for Paul Monday because of StreamYard.
Barry Chitty said he is 76 and he's just had his 52nd anniversary. Nice one, Barry.
Moving.
All right.
Boy, it's a good thing Pete wasn't here earlier when we were talking about him.
And yeah, I was going to say when you were insulting him so much, it's
Who was?
terrible. What
Don't
Ruby,
be
Ruby was,
insulted, Pete.
Ruby was just, it was terrible, Pete. I can't
That's
believe she
right.
said
I
that
said
about
he
you.
was a really nice guy, didn't I, Wayne?
You did, Ruby. You did.
You said
I
you
was
said he
here
was
when
your
you said
favorite
that.
giant.
The old ones are sticking together.
Right, Mike Evans just said he got married when he was 19 and his grandmother said it wouldn't last. This month was our 56th anniversary.
Excellent.
Yeah, it still won't last.
Shiny cells, Doug.
Dun, dun, dun.
It's nice.
Somewhere there's some light there somewhere. There we go. There we go. Now I will continue to build up the layers on this, get a nice even coat. Um, I don't know. I'll get close to 10, and then I'll knock it back. But I won't sand the finish again or knock the finish back until I get a number of coats built up. That's why I'm going to leave the tenon on. Once I get it all finished up, I will then knock it back, buff it up, wax it up, and then take the tenon off last. But there you go. Nice little vase, 6 inches tall,
Excellent, Doug.
3
Excellent.
inches in diameter,
That's
and it
really
is
nice.
hollowed. It's hollowed all the way, well. You can't see it. There's no light, but it's hollowed all the way to about there. If I get it where
Oh,
you can see it,
Are,
about a
are
half
you going
inch.
to color the inside at all?
No, ma'am. I may put some black in there, but that'd be it. Um, the whole point, it's just a dust collector. Sit up on a shelf somewhere.
Well, if
But
you
as that,
went out and picked some dried weeds,
uh huh.
they would You know,
Do like a
like some pampa grass and that. That would look nice coming out of it.
oh, let's see what we can do here. Now that you mentioned it.
Now, Woodwork Learner is said to Pete, because Pete mentioned about having grandchild number 3, so he couldn't get in earlier. So Learner has said, Pete, do you number them to stop having to remember the names? No, no, Andy. He just calls them oi, you.
One, two, and three.
No, about 3 times as many of those would look really good, Doug.
Oh yeah, yeah. I just grabbed one just to stick in there and show you. But yes, like I did with that other little one, I don't know, a month ago that I did, and uh, people love the pictures. They just think it's great. And all I did was stick a piece of that's just a seed head off of some ornamental grass.
Yeah. No, that looks really good.
Very
Get my
nice.
hand out of the way and you see it. But that's it. That's it. Simple vase. It's not. It doesn't. No. We've been on here an hour and 6 minutes total, and I'm going to spend probably another hour building up the finish a little bit before I buff it back. But that's it. That's all there is to it. Well, it's been great. Let me bring everybody in. If I can find the right button. Here we go. Here we go.
There we are.
All right. And I'm going to change me to that one. There we go.
That's
Yeah, that's
better.
a
It's
better view of you.
it's it's been a good day. It's been a good day. We've got some things done. We got a nice base done, and it'll get finished up here in the next couple. Well, it'll be finished tonight, and I'll have it on social media tomorrow, Facebook, Instagram. So I appreciate everybody being here. My 4 helpers. I'm going to get back over there so I can see you guys. I can't
Your
see it.
your
There we go.
four your four
There's
helpers?
three,
3 helpers.
Helpers.
Well, there's 4 of us all together. Well, 4 helpers. We got the chat in there too.
three
Oh,
helpers on that. That.
Right,
you had me worried for a bit.
Rob from Clinkspor has put in, hat is it with Turners. I'm amazed at the stuff you make, and you all go, okay, another piece for the fire. Okay, that's some hardcore. Okay, just a practice piece.
Well,
Now,
actually, Rob, these pieces I had to grab out of the fire so I could use them.
there you go. Oh, take this hat off.
Yeah,
There we
a
go.
lot of the time, Rob, the stuff that I do on my lives is for entertainment purposes and just to show other people what you are able to do. They are not
Yeah.
necessarily finished pieces, although they tend to do look finished by the end of the life, but they're not actually finished pieces. I usually have to do a bit more work with them before they are finished.
Right.
Smoke and mirrors, isn't it? Wayne?
It
We're
is,
all the
and
same.
well,
We're all the same. We all do pieces. You can't get a finished, saleable, gallery standard piece
In
in an
an
hour.
hour.
None of us can.
no,
There
No,
you
isn't a
can't.
no,
woodturner alive. No
no.
matter how good you are, there isn't a woodturner alive that would be happy with a piece they've turned and finished
That,
in an
that's
hour.
why I've probably got 3 boxes in the basement of UFOs, unfinished
Unfinished
pieces,
objects.
Yeah,
objects.
Yes.
Yeah. And like I said, this one I'm leaving the tenon on. As soon as we shut off, I will stick it right back in the chuck, go to putting finish on and letting the finish dry properly. 20 minutes, 25 minutes before I come back and put another coat on. And I'll put another probably 5 coats on, and then I'll go back to my abrasive grit and wax after that, and it'll shine like a new penny. So, but it takes
Well, we
those
look
several
forward to
coats to build
seeing
it up.
it done.
Yeah, it just takes time to build that finish up properly. So that's what I'll do. I'll probably get a stick and sand the inside a little better as well. I probably
Yeah.
won't get it. I probably won't get it down to a 320 grit finish on the inside, but it'll get more than what it is.
Yeah.
I take it to
Well,
150 with a stick, I'll be okay.
Phil Kingsford says, that many people that shop in a gallery, you'd be surprised.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
Discerning.
All right. There's a, let's see, marketing company, November ones. I call most of my pieces November ones.
I
What does
don't know
that
what that
mean?
is.
Come on, intermediate. Tell us what that means.
I haven't
Uh,
got a clue.
Alex,
Pieces of
everything
dawn
he
of
makes
fire.
is practice. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. From firewood to smaller firewood. For Pete, it would be well, designer firewood.
He just loves burning stuff for the fun of it.
I
Yeah, but
think so.
the thing is with Pete, he might start off with something 16 inches long. I'm talking about spindle wise now, 16 inches long by about 12 inches diameter, and he ends up with those 3 millimeter things that he put in his short today.
Hmm.
Well, very good. Let's see if I turn that on, that might help too. Dun, dun, dun.
That's a lovely
Oh, come
piece.
on. If I get this mirror set right, or mirror, this light, there we go.
Now, Fred has said, this is Fred Gilliver, I just don't think that what I make is good enough for sale. I find faults with every piece. Now,
So do I.
that is
I think
usual.
all of us do.
Yeah, that is usual. I think with every wood turner, they will always find faults. But if you put it up for sale, let the customer decide if there's any faults.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. Like, for instance, last fall, I put out close to 200 Christmas trees, 4 to 6 inches tall. The vast majority had wormholes and splits and all kinds of things that most of us as turners would say, that's trash wood. But those were the ones people grabbed up.
Yeah.
I had one that had more worm trails than it had wood, and that was one of probably the one that was the most raved over of all of them. So you never can tell.
No.
Now, well,
You're absolutely right.
I put a piece up for sale earlier on this year, and it's a piece that I had showed on my lives. I actually turned it on the live, I refinished it on the live, and this was a piece of wet ash that had a huge, great crack and inclusions in it, and it warped something. It actually warped. There was a difference between the top of the bowl and the other part of the rim of the bowl, which was around about an inch and a half, with a huge crack going down through it. And I thought to myself, I'm just going to put that up for sale and just call it a very warped ash bowl. And it sold
Uh-huh.
within 2 weeks.
Sure, sure.
Mm.
I just looking back through the chat there. Yes, Lewis, the public is extremely fickle.
They definitely are.
Yep. The only Christmas tree I turned last year that came back was one I took to a store about 2.5 hour drive away from here, and it was I think it was cracked when she got it, but she didn't notice the crack until like a week later. She sent that one back to me. She put it in the back room and sent that tree back to me this past spring. Uh, Go figure. We're up here, the store I'm in, up just down the road from me here. Everything I put out that was cracked sold immediately. So you never know. You just don't know. All right. Well, if there's no further questions, folks, it's been a good day. I've appreciated all of you being here. It's been a lot of fun. Thank you, Wayne. Thank you, Ruby. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, chat. It has been a great time. With that, I'm going to punch it in the head. Say goodbye, everybody.
Night
Everybody.
night.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.